The world thought it had seen every dark secret surrounding Charlie Kirk. The betrayals, the leaks, the mysterious disappearance of Erica, but what just came out from someone inside his inner circle has changed everything. His driver, the one man who was with him during his final public appearances, has finally broken his silence. And what he claims to have witnessed the night before, Charlie vanished, has left investigators and even long-last closest friends speechless. In an exclusive leaked audio confession, the driver's trembling voice can be heard saying, "I don't know what I saw that night, but I wish I never did." Those words set the internet on fire. Because this isn't just an rumor. Multiple insiders have confirmed that the driver's story aligns with missing surveillance footage, strange phone activity, and a last-minute call Charlie made hours before he disappeared. A call he allegedly made to Erica's old number. What did he see? A confrontation. A cover-up. Something worse? According to the driver, Charlie wasn't himself that night. He was pacing, sweating, checking his phone like he was waiting for a message that never came. Then, around midnight, he told his driver to take him to a location off the grid, a place he never returned from. For months, no one knew where Charlie went, what happened, or who he met. But now, the driver's confession laced with fear, regret, and something else has ripped open a brand new chapter in this ongoing nightmare. Because if what he says is true, then everything we thought we knew about Charlie Kirk's disappearance was a lie, and the truth waiting behind it might just be too horrifying for the world to handle. To understand the full weight of the driver's confession and why it sent shockwaves through every corner of the internet, we have to go back to the final 72 hours before Charlie Kirk vanished from public life. Because while everyone was focused on Erica's disappearance and the chaos of the Kirk vault, something else was unfolding behind the scenes. Charlie's growing paranoia, his erratic movements, and the one person who saw it all up close, his personal driver, a man identified only as M. According to insiders, M wasn't just a driver. He had been with Charlie for nearly 4 years, driving him to late-night studio tapings, secret meetings, and even the private rendezvous with Erica that his parents never knew about. He was like a ghost, one staffer said. Always there, always silent. If Charlie trusted anyone, it was him. And that's what makes this so chilling. Because M wasn't a gossip, wasn't a talker, but now, after months of silence, he's come forward with a story so disturbing that even Charlie's family has reportedly begged him not to share more. The week leading up to Charlie's disappearance was chaotic. The Kirk vault had just dropped. His sponsors were pulling out. His social media was imploding. His phone, according to leaked screenshots, was flooded with blocked calls and unknown numbers. Fans noticed he'd stopped appearing on his usual broadcasts. Even his own team admitted he was unreachable. Behind closed doors, things were unraveling fast. Charlie's parents reportedly flew into Arizona, desperate to intervene one last time. But when they arrived at his residence, they were turned away by security that insiders claim Erica herself had helped hire months earlier. That's when Charlie called M, according to the driver. The call came around 10:17 p.m. He sounded broken, M later recalled, like someone who'd seen something they couldn't unsee. Charlie's only instruction: be ready in 10. We're leaving. From that moment forward, every second of that night has become a timeline of terror. When M arrived at Charlie's gated home, he noticed immediately that something was off. The lights inside were on, but the front door was wide open. Charlie was pacing in the driveway, phone in hand, muttering to himself. He looked terrified, M said in his leaked statement, like he was waiting for something to happen or someone to show up. As they pulled out of the property, Charlie reportedly kept checking his phone, scrolling through a series of text messages. At one point, he whispered, She's not supposed to know this." When M asked what he meant, Charlie didn't answer. He just said, "Keep driving." Their destination was vague, somewhere private. But as they drove, Charlie became increasingly agitated. He asked M to take multiple turns, doubling back several times as if he thought they were being followed. He kept looking through their view mirror. M recalled. His hands were shaking. "I've seen him angry, I've seen him stressed, but I've never seen him scared." They eventually stopped at a small rural property outside Scottsdale, a location that, according to later GPS data, had no record of ownership under Charlie's name. It was dark, isolated, and surrounded by desert brush. Charlie told M to wait in the car. That was the last time M saw him alive. Minutes turned into an hour, then 2. M said he heard muffled voices in the distance, one male, one female, though he couldn't make out the words. Around 2:30 a.m., he said he saw a flash of light from the property, like a camera flash or maybe a phone. Then silence. When Charlie didn't return, M got out and walked toward the property gate. He noticed something strange. The air smelled faintly of burnt plastic. Like something had been torched, he said. He called out Charlie's name twice, then saw movement, a figure in a hood, standing by the side of the building. It wasn't Charlie, M claimed. It was someone taller, broader. They just stood there, watching me. Panicked, M ran back to the car and drove off. He tried calling Charlie's phone, no answer. He sent a message, "Are you safe?" It was marked as read, but no reply ever came by sunrise. M had returned to Charlie's house, but security refused to let him in. "They told me to forget what I saw," he said. "One guy told me he's gone, and so is she." That was the night before Charlie's digital presence disappeared, his YouTube channel wiped, his accounts deactivated, his public calendar erased. It's also the same night Erica's encrypted email went active for the last time, when M finally came forward weeks later. He said guilt was eating him alive. He couldn't sleep. He kept replaying that night in his head, the open door, the flash in the dark, the hooded figure watching. Then, in his leaked confession, came the most horrifying line of all. "I heard her voice. I swear to God, I heard Erica's voice calling his name." That's true. If Erica really was there, then everything we've been told about Charlie's disappearance was a cover story. The official narrative of a man retreating from the spotlight out of shame or self-preservation might have been nothing but smoke. And here's the detail that's blown the internet apart. Investigators later confirmed that one of Charlie's phones, the one linked to his media operations, pinged briefly at that exact property around 2:31 a.m., 1 minute later. It went permanently offline. M left the state 2 days later. He was never contacted by police. No statement was ever filed. Until now, because when his confession surfaced online, wasn't through law enforcement or a journalist. It was uploaded anonymously to a dark web forum, known for whistleblower leaks. The post was titled, "The Night Before He Vanished," and attached to it was a single photo, a blurred image of a figure standing next to a burning light source. Head turned toward the camera. The caption read, "He saw me." The world gasped, because if that photo was real, then the driver's story wasn't paranoia. It was proof. And the next part of his confession, the part that was removed before the post was deleted, reportedly described something even darker, something he claimed no one should ever see. Whatever it was, it's never been recovered. But the few people who read it before it vanished said one thing in unison: it changes everything. The driver's confession was horrifying enough on its own, but what came after that leak turned the entire internet upside down. Because within 24 hours of M's post hitting the dark web, 3 things happened almost simultaneously. The post vanished without a trace. His online accounts were deleted. and an unmarked black SUV was seen idling outside his apartment complex in Tempe, Arizona. Neighbors reported seeing two men in suits watching the building from inside the vehicle. One described them as government types, another as private security. But whoever they weren't subtle. And by the next morning, M was gone. His phone went offline. His apartment was cleared out, toothbrush gone, clothes gone, hard drives missing. The only thing left behind was an envelope taped to his kitchen counter. Inside were two words written in shaky pen. Two words written in shaky pen. They know. And suddenly, a new theory began tearing through social media. Someone didn't want the driver's full story getting out. But why? To find the answer, you have to go back to what happened on that final night. The night before Charlie Kirk vanished. Because new details from the deleted section of M's confession have surfaced, thanks to a handful of users who managed to screenshot parts of it before it was wiped from the web, and what those fragments reveal is bone-chilling. According to the screenshots, M described hearing not just Erica's voice, but two voices calling Charlie's name. One distinctly female, desperate, sharp, and another male, calm but commanding. The words he claimed to have heard were, "You shouldn't have told them. It's too late now." Then, silence. Minutes later, M wrote he saw the flash of light by the old property. But in the missing paragraphs of his post, he claimed that light wasn't fire, it was a reflection, a camera lens. Someone had been filming. If true, that changes everything. Because it suggests that Charlie's disappearance wasn't random, it was documented. Within hours of that revelation, internet investigators began scouring the metadata of old leaked footage tied to the Kirk vault. And one YouTube sleuth found something everyone else had missed. A single corrupted thumbnail from one of Erica's previous videos contained GPS coordinates, the exact same rural location where Charlie's phone last pinged. Coincidence? Not likely. Suddenly, Erica wasn't just a figure in the shadows. She was a participant in something that looked more like a setup than a scandal. That's when a chilling new audio file surfaced on Telegram. Titled "The Last Ride," it featured what sounded like a dashboard recording from inside EM's car. The muffled voice of Charlie can be heard muttering, "They weren't supposed to find out. Not yet." Then, Erica's name whispered like a prayer. Experts later confirmed the audio had been recorded around midnight, the night of his disappearance. It wasn't deepfaked. It wasn't AI. It was real, and that's when the first twist dropped. One no one could have predicted. A second driver came forward. He worked part-time under the same private security firm that had hired M to chauffeur Charlie, a company called Silver Rock Executive Transport. According to this second driver, he received a call from an unknown number at 3:04 a.m. the same night, instructing him to relieve the primary. He was told to bring a replacement car to the same rural address. But when he arrived 30 minutes later, there was no one there, just tire tracks, shattered glass, and a cell phone lying face down in the dirt. He said he didn't touch it. He just drove away. When his report was leaked online, independent investigators cross-referenced GPS data. The signal from that phone, which matched Charlie's registered number, stopped transmitting exactly 3 minutes after the second driver arrived. 3 minutes. That's when the narrative changed completely. Because if Charlie was still there when the second driver arrived, what happened during those 3 minutes? Soon after that revelation, Silver Rock Executive Transport scrubbed its entire website. The company vanished overnight. But a cached version of their employee directory revealed something nobody expected. One of the listed executives was connected to a PR firm Erica had allegedly worked with years earlier. That connection blew the internet apart. It meant that Erica, or whoever she was really working for, might have had direct ties to the people controlling Charlie's transportation, security, and communication. She hadn't just infiltrated his personal life, she'd surrounded him completely. Meanwhile, M's disappearance was sparking full-blown panic online. The hashtag Where's M began trending globally, with conspiracy accounts claiming he'd been silenced. Some even said the two men seen outside his apartment weren't corporate fixers, they were federal agents. And then, another twist hit. A short video began circulating on anonymous servers, uploaded from an account under the name The Last Witness. It showed M sitting in a dimly lit room, face hidden in shadow. His voice cracked as he spoke. "I can't stay quiet anymore." He didn't run. He didn't leave. He was taken. Seconds later, the video cut to black. No one knows when it was recorded. But metadata revealed it had been uploaded from an IP address registered in Nevada, the same state where Erica was rumored to have fled months before. Within hours, the video was removed. Every re-upload was hit with copyright takedowns from unknown claimants. But by then, it was too late. Millions had seen it. The final seconds of that clip contained something subtle, barely noticeable, but fans caught it. A faint reflection in the glass behind M revealed a second person in the room. A woman. Long hair. Watching him speak, and that's when people started asking the question nobody wanted to consider. Was M confessing? Or was he being forced to confess? Because if Erica was alive and orchestrating these leaks from the shadows, then M wasn't a whistleblower. He was bait. The chaos online reached fever pitch. Journalists began receiving encrypted emails from accounts claiming to have the full footage. One such email, leaked to a blogger, contained a single attachment, a grainy still image of Charlie sitting in a car, staring directly into the camera, eyes wide, mouth slightly open. Like he'd just realized something terrible. And at the bottom of the image, 3 words glowed faintly in red. He saw them. That photo tore through every social feed, every headline. Was it real? Was it staged? Nobody knew. But one thing was certain, the driver's confession had only scratched the surface, because now they weren't just missing people. There were missing truths, and with every leak, every vanished file, every deleted account, it became clearer. Someone was orchestrating this entire narrative, playing both sides, feeding information, erasing evidence, and using fear as their weapon. Whoever they were, Charlie had seen them. M had seen them. And now, the world was about to see them too. Because in less than a week, another leak was about to drop. One that would shatter everything we thought we knew about that night. And when it did, it wouldn't just rewrite the story. It would make everyone wonder, was Charlie's disappearance the result of betrayal? Or of something much bigger? Something designed? Something that never wanted to be found? The world wasn't ready for what came next. After the chilling "he saw them" photo went viral, it seemed like everyone with an internet connection became an investigator. Forums were exploding, journalists were cross-referencing timelines, and conspiracy channels were pumping out hour-long videos with titles like "The Secret Operation Behind Charlie Kirk's Disappearance and Erica's Hidden Network." Who are they? But none of it could prepare the world for the leak that dropped. 48 hours later, one that didn't just expose a new layer of this mystery, but flipped it completely upside down. It started with an anonymous post on a subreddit that had been quietly tracking the case since day one. The post was titled simply, "The driver didn't tell you everything." Attached to it was a link, not a photo, not a video, but a live countdown timer. Underneath it, one sentence, "When this hits 0, you'll finally see what he saw." The timer was set for 72 hours. As the hours ticked down, panic took over the internet. YouTubers started live streaming the countdown, racking up millions of views. TikTok users made speculative theory videos about what the drop could contain. Some thought it was the missing section of the driver's confession. Others believed it would be footage of Charlie himself, but what nobody expected was who would acknowledge the countdown. At 10:37 p.m. the first night, a verified account that hadn't been active in months suddenly posted a cryptic tweet. He wasn't supposed to see that. Neither were you. The account's name. At the real Erica K, it was instantly verified as genuine. The same account linked to Erica's previous communications before she vanished. The tweet exploded to 50 million impressions in 2 hours before it was deleted. But that was all it took. The countdown wasn't just a random hoax. Erica had confirmed it was real by the final hour of the countdown. Over 4.8 million people were watching the live stream. Comment sections were flooded with theories. Is this Charlie's footage? Was the driver lying? What if Erica's the one posting this? And then it hit zero. The link redirected to a hidden video titled "The Desert Footage." The file was only 2 minutes long. The first 30 seconds showed nothing but static, faint wind, and the distant hum of cicadas. Then, a flash of light. The video stabilized, revealing a shaky, handheld recording of the same rural property M had described. Dark, isolated, moonlight flickering across the sand. The person filming was breathing hard, whispering something inaudible. Then, the camera turned, and there was Charlie. He was standing about 20 feet away, illuminated by headlights. He looked disoriented, sweating, his phone in one hand, a small hard drive in the other. He was saying something under his breath, only a few words caught clearly. They found her. She told them everything. The camera panned again. Behind him, the faint outline of 2 figures appeared near the building, one male, one female. The male figure shouted something. Charlie turned, startled, dropped the drive, and yelled, "It's too late, they already know. It's too late, they already know." Then, chaos. The video jolted violently. A blinding flash filled the frame, followed by a piercing sound that made viewers' speakers crackle. When the image returned, Charlie was gone. The 2 figures were gone. Only a single light flickered in the distance, the same one M had described. The screen faded to black dot, and then one final line appeared across the screen in white text. He saw what wasn't meant to exist. The internet erupted. Was the footage real? Experts debated for days. Forensic analysts confirmed the terrain and timestamp matched the coordinates from Charlie's last known location. No signs of editing were found yet. Skeptics insisted it was staged. But what really broke the internet was what came next, because that same night, Erica's old Instagram account reactivated. It followed one new profile, at Desert Witness, within minutes. That account posted a single image, a close-up of a hard drive half buried in the sand. The caption, Phase 4, uploading. That post went viral instantly, and before Instagram took it down. People noticed something even more disturbing in the background of the photo, a reflection in the metal surface of the drive. A blurred human face, male, pale, eyes open. Some claimed it was Charlie. Others said it was M. By morning, chaos had spilled into the real world. News outlets were flooded with tips. Journalists received encrypted emails claiming that what Charlie saw that wasn't meant to exist was connected to an unlisted data server located in the desert, a private facility run by a shell corporation with rumored ties to the same PR firm Erica had once worked with. The narrative shifted again. Now, this wasn't just a story of betrayal, it was a full-blown conspiracy. If Charlie's disappearance was connected to whatever was hidden in that desert server, then his parents' warnings weren't just emotional, they were prophetic. Because, according to insiders close to the family, Robert Kirk had once told his son, "You're poking at something that's not meant to be found." And that phrase, "not meant to be found," suddenly matched the final line of the leaked video. Theories spread like wildfire. Was Charlie investigating something that Erica was protecting? Did he uncover a secret project? Maybe something tied to reputation, manipulation, data harvesting, or even psychological influence? A journalist from the National Wire claimed to have reviewed encrypted documents suggesting the desert facility was used for testing mass narrative simulations experiments designed to control the spread of online information. If that's true, then Charlie didn't just stumble into a toxic relationship, he walked straight into a digital war. The evidence kept mounting. Cybersecurity experts traced fragments of the leaked files to servers in Switzerland, the same region where Erica's mysterious EK posts originated. Then came the biggest twist yet. A Reddit user claimed to have extracted hidden metadata from the desert footage. Inside the file, buried deep in the code, were 3 words repeated over and over: "Help, he's here." No one could tell who wrote it, Charlie or Erica, but one thing was clear. Someone wanted that message to be found. For a brief moment, hope surged. Maybe Charlie was still alive, trapped, trying to send a signal. Fans launched a viral campaign, #FindCharlie, demanding authorities reopen the case. Even some of his harshest critics began calling for answers. But just as hope began to build, everything went dark again. All copies of the desert footage were suddenly removed from the internet, not by platforms, but by unknown copyright strikes from a company no one had ever heard of. Oren Media Holdings. When journalists dug into the company's records, they found something terrifying. It was registered only weeks before the video leaked. Its founding director, Erica L. Keller. The name matched Erica's full legal identity. She hadn't disappeared. She had REBRANDED, and if Ariane was hers, then she now controlled the narrative completely. The footage, the files, the media takedowns. Every piece of this story was now filtered through her, and that's when fans began spotting a new pattern: timestamps, undeleted uploads forming a series of coordinates. When plotted on a map, they formed letters M-O-R-E, more. It was a message. Erica wasn't finished, because if the desert footage was Phase 4, then Phase 5 hadn't even started. And as one final anonymous email sent to a journalist simply stated, the driver was never supposed to speak. He saw what they buried. Phase 5 is Deck Lane Up. The email's signature, EK, and just like that, the game reset. Erica had remerged. Charlie's last words still haunted the internet. And the driver's disappearance no longer looked accidental. It looked inevitable, because whatever they buried in that desert had just started to resurface. The internet wasn't just reacting anymore, it was combusting. The desert footage and Erica's emergence under the corporate mask of Orion. Media Holdings triggered a digital earthquake that no one, not journalists, not influencers, not even the conspiracy theorists who'd been tracking this saga for months, could contain. Every major news outlet scrambled to cover it. CNN ran with the headline, "Charlie Kirk Investigation. Insider Video Sparks New Conspiracy Storm." Fox countered with the Erica operation, how one woman hijacked the internet narrative, and on social media, the divide turned into a full-on civil war. On one side were the #Justice for Charlie Believers fans, colleagues and commentators who insisted the leaks proved Charlie was set up. He tried to expose something big. One viral tweet read, "Now he's gone, and they're erasing every trace of it." On the other side were the #Erica was right. Loyalists, defenders of the mysterious woman who'd turned an alleged breakup into the most intricate digital takedown in internet history. "She's not the villain," another tweet said. "She's the whistleblower no one was ready for." In the middle were millions of confused onlookers, stunned by the sheer complexity of what was unfolding. For every new clue, a dozen contradictions emerged. And every time someone thought they'd cracked the code, Erica, or whoever was controlling her accounts, dropped another breadcrumb by now. Every influencer with a ring light and a microphone had weighed in. One commentary YouTuber named Looks leaked went viral after analyzing the desert footage frame by frame, claiming the faint shadows in the background weren't two figures, but three. "There's someone else there," he said, "and they're holding something metallic, possibly a weapon." That clip alone racked up 15 million views and spawned hundreds of reaction videos. Some agreed. Others accused Looks of fabricating evidence for clout. But within hours, his channel mysteriously disappeared, replaced by a single black video with the caption, "You weren't supposed to see that." It was posted by Rayon Media Holdings. The message was clear: Erica wasn't hiding anymore. She was controlling the conversation. Then came the industry fallout. Sponsors started bailing from any creator who mentioned Charlie's name. News networks reportedly received cease and desist orders from anonymous law firms. And at least one. But here's where it got darker. One of those leaked emails contained a forwarded message, allegedly from Erica's company. "Our Rayon offering full access to archival material." In other words, she wasn't just part of the story, she was selling it. "She's monetizing the nightmare," one Twitter user wrote. Erica's turned real lives into content. That accusation split the internet even further. Some called her a genius, a woman weaponizing the same media machine that had once controlled her. Others called her a sociopath. And through it all, Erica remained silent. No posts, no appearances, no denials. Just that one word echoing across the internet. More, but behind the noise. Some strange new players began entering the scene. Anonymous whistleblower accounts claiming to have insider ties to Orion. One of them, going by the name Sandlin Witness, dropped a shocking claim: Erica isn't the mastermind. She's the face. The real operation runs deeper, and Charlie found it first. That message came with a file, a single low-quality screenshot showing what looked like a document header. The words Project Lightfall were visible, followed by subject CK, status active. The CK could only mean one thing. Charlie Kirk. Was he still alive? Was he being held somewhere? Or was this part of another psychological trap? No one could agree. But one thing was certain: Project Lightfall became the internet's new obsession. TikTok detectives launched entire pages analyzing it, while Reddit exploded with timelines connecting Erica, Orion, and government-backed cyber contracts. A viral theory suggested Orion wasn't a company at all, but a front for a secret influence operation targeting high-profile figures. And then came one final shock: an unexpected endorsement from someone who hadn't spoken in months. Charlie's verified Twitter account suddenly reactivated. No new profile picture, no banner, just one haunting tweet: "They were right to warn me." The tweet disappeared 10 minutes later, but not before it was screenshotted over 1 million times. Was Charlie alive? Was someone using his account? Or was this Erica one last manipulation to blur reality beyond recognition? Theories multiplied faster than the truth could survive. Some claimed the message confirmed Charlie was safe. Others said it was a digital ghost, an automated trigger left behind in case of his death. But whatever it was, it left one chilling truth in its wake. The story was no longer just about Erica or Charlie or M. It had grown into something monstrous, an entity of misinformation, obsession, and fear feeding on itself. And as fans, journalists, and insiders scrambled for answers, one final message appeared on a private Telegram channel allegedly linked to Erica: "When you see the light, you'll understand why he had to disappear." It was signed the same way every cryptic note had been since this began: EK and the channel's title. Phase 5: Illumination. Whatever was coming next. it wasn't over. It was only getting started. It was supposed to end here, with the leaks, the disappearances, the endless theories looping in on themselves. But just as the media started to lose steam, something happened that reignited everything. A new video appeared online, not from Erica's channels, not from Ariane, but from an untraceable burner account titled The Last Passenger. The thumbnail. The inside of a car. The same black SUV the driver M had described months before. The video was grainy, time-stamped exactly 1 week before. M vanished. It started with the sound of the engine idling and a man's voice whispering nervously, "If anything happens to me, tell them. It's not who they think." Then, through the windshield, you could see its headlights flickering in the distance, dust rising under the desert moonlight. He turned the camera toward the back seat for just a second, and there, sitting silently, was a man with his face obscured by a hoodie. But the outline, the build, everything matched Charlie Kirk. The voice whispered again, "He's not supposed to be here tonight." The camera shook, the audio distorted, and then a sudden metallic click. The sound of a car door opening. Someone outside shouted, "It's time." The video ended. That 2-minute clip detonated across every social platform in existence. Journalists flooded Twitter, influencers dropped everything to live react. And within an hour, The Last Passenger had become the single most watched upload of the year. But here's what made it even darker. Digital analysts confirmed that the GPS metadata from the footage didn't match the Arizona desert. It matched a completely different location, Nevada, the same state where Warm's confession video had supposedly been recorded, and where Erica was rumored to be hiding when Iran Media Holdings was incorporated. That discovery turned the entire case on its head, because if the video was real, if Charlie was in that car, then he hadn't vanished in Arizona at all. He'd been moved immediately. New evidence started to surface. Security footage from a gas station outside Henderson, Nevada, showed an SUV matching EMS vehicle pulling into a lot at 3:42 a.m. 2 people got out. One male, one female. The man's face was hidden by a hood, but the woman, you could only see her for half a second. Yet the internet went wild, analyzing that single frame, even under the grain. Even through the low resolution, one thing stood out: her hand. A ring glimmering on her finger. The exact same ring Erica had been photographed wearing months before she disappeared. And then, one last gut punch of a twist. A hacker collective calling themselves Ghostline released what they claimed was the unedited version of the desert footage. The longer file included an extra 30 seconds of audio at the end that had never been heard before. After the original fade to black, a faint voice whispered, broken and barely audible, "If they find this, tell my parents I listened too late." Silence. Then, a woman's voice, calm and cold. "You weren't supposed to see any of it." It was unmistakably Erica. That single line redefined everything. Suddenly, it wasn't just about revenge, betrayal, or disappearance. This was about erasure, a deliberate campaign to control memory, perception, and truth itself. But the internet wasn't done. Within days, users discovered that Ariane's website had updated for the first time since the leaks. A single page, white background, no logos. Just text that read, "Project Lightfall status, complete." And below it, 3 lines. Phase 1, the warning. Phase 2, the witness. Phase 3, the disappearance. Phase 4, the reveal. Phase 5, the silence. The last line began flashing slowly, fading in and out until it vanished completely, replaced by one chilling phrase. End of Cycle 1. That's when people realized this wasn't closure. It was continuation, because hours later, New anonymous accounts began appearing across social media platforms, all following the same cryptic pattern. Usernames made of coordinates, each one linking to a different deserted location across the US, one of them, when plotted, led straight to the Nevada site where Charlie's SUV had been spotted. Another pointed to a small town in Wyoming. A third to a warehouse registered to our Rion Holdings in Zurich. Each account posted the same. Message cycle 2 begins when the light returns. And then, the accounts vanished. The timing couldn't have been more unsettling. Because 2 nights later, residents in Nevada reported seeing a sudden flare of light in the same desert region where the last passenger footage had been recorded. Police dismissed it as military testing, but online investigators noticed something disturbing. The light pulsed exactly 5 times before disappearing. 5 flashes. Phase 5. As this story spiraled further into madness, the public split into 3 camps. Some believed Charlie was alive and orchestrating everything from hiding. Others claimed Erica had gone rogue and was using the leaks to dismantle the powerful networks behind Iran. And then there were those who believed the most chilling theory of all, that both of them were gone. And what remained was an automated system continuing their war in their absence. Because every new update, every new post, every new leak seemed perfectly timed, too calculated to be random, to deliberate to be human. And then, one last message appeared on a blank web page under the domain thelastwarning.net. It appeared briefly. For less than 30 minutes before the site went offline, the message read, "He saw what wasn't meant to exist. Now you've seen it too. Phase 6 will start when you stop looking." It was signed, as always, with 2 letters, EK, and that's where the story ends. For now, because if history has taught us anything about Charlie and Erica, it's that endings don't mean peace. They mean silence before the next storm. And somewhere out there, whether in the desert, in the servers, or in the shadows, someone is watching, waiting, and planning the next phase. The only question left is, when the light returns, whose truth will it expose? And that's where things stand, with the last passenger footage burned into everyone's minds. The mysterious flashes in the Nevada desert, and Erica's chilling final message echoing across the internet. Phase 6 will start when you stop looking. But let's be real, no one's stopping. Not after this. Not after everything that's come out. Because whether Charlie Kirk is out there hiding, captured, or worse, this story isn't finished. It's evolving. The question now isn't what happened, it's what's next. Was Project Lightfall a personal vendetta that spiraled into a digital apocalypse? Or was it something much deeper? A coordinated operation designed to test how easily the public could be manipulated. Because if our Rion Media Holdings really was just the beginning, then everything we've seen so far, the leaks, the confessions, the vaults, the countdowns, was part of a larger plan. And if you've made it this far, then you're already part of that story. So what do you believe? Do you think Charlie Kirk uncovered something so dangerous that it had to be buried? Or did Erica engineer the perfect revenge story and lose control of her own creation? Let me know your theories in the comments, because this story isn't over. And the truth might come from the people who refuse to look away. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because when Phase 6 begins, when the next leak hits, when the light returns, when another hidden file surfaces, we'll be here breaking it down first. And remember, in this world, silence doesn't mean safety. It means someone's rewriting the truth, and they don't want you to notice. Stay alert, stay curious, and whatever you do, don't stop looking. Don't stop looking.